Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Beela, and I'm coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 5, Episode 5. Season 5, Episode 5. And it is called Who You Know. Because apparently Andy don't know nobody in this episode that can help her with Sabrina. She don't know nobody, child. She crying. But anyway, so into the episode, it picks up where it left off, and it is with Hayden and Andy. And also, too, if you do like my content, go ahead and like it. Go on, like it and go on subscribe. It's okay. But anyway, so they're in the alleyway, in the foyer, and they are having a back and forth about Hayden getting that group together in Robin's office. And Andy is trying to figure out, what are they meeting about? Why are they meeting? What is the purpose of the meeting? And Hayden is pretty much gloating, saying, yeah, I set that up. And she's just like, you don't want to mess with me, Hayden. You don't want to mess with me. And he was like, well, you can't do no worse. What you gonna do? Like Zach did, beat me up down the stairs, like Fatima did, put me on top of her car. And she's just like, no, I do you one better. I can hit you legally. Like, with what? What can you do? What possibly do you have on me? And he says that you think you a player. You trying to play my boy. See, Gary, he's stupid. He don't understand what you're doing to him. I see when you had the lawsuit, he ended up backing out of the lawsuit. And Andy kind of smiling a little bit. And then he brings up the fact, I know you slept with him the other night. And she's looking like, how do you know that? Girl, Gary told him. That's all they do is sit up and talk about you and Fatima all day. That's all they do, girl. And so she's just like, okay, but you wish you did, had somebody to play you. You're just a little man. That's all you are. You need to go to HE double hockey sticks, So she's just talking her trash. And he's saying, but they're in that meeting and they're going to bring you up, right? Are you nervous? Are you wondering what they're going to say about you? And she's still trying to keep her composure because she don't want Hayden to see her sweat. But on the same token, she's just like, why are you messing with me? Like, what are you doing? And he's mad at her because she inserted herself in the whole Zach situation by her being the lawyer and getting him out of jail and all of that mess. So she's telling him to go on. And then that's when Fatima walks up as her bodyguard and tell Hayden to go on. And so Fatima and Andy, they began to talk, and she's just like, what does he want? And Andy is like, I don't know what he wants. Apparently he set up that meeting. And she's like, ugh, see, he getting on my nerves. He just act like an old gnat. Now, didn't I call Hayden a gnat last season in my reviews? I said, okay, all right, Tyler, I could be a receptionist. I can get somebody some coffee. Just fly me out. Do you want cream or sugar? Anyway, so yeah, she called him a gnat, which he is. Just move, please. Be gone. Poof. So Andy is just like, I don't understand. What does he want with me? Why is he messing with me? And then Fatima brings up the fact that when I wanted to go ahead and knock him off, you had an issue with him. But she was like, no, I don't want you to do that. Don't do all that. But Fatima is like, now the shoe is on your foot. Now he's getting on your nerve. Now you're trying to figure out what can you do to get rid of him. And then they bring up Robin. And Fatima is like, I thought Robin was in London. I thought Robin was in London too. But apparently he's in a meeting that Hayden set up to get them whatever they gonna get, to do whatever they gonna do around his office. So now, apparently, this is what's going on with the meeting. They have a hedge fund. And this is what Hayden told Andy, that Gary has the hedge fund, right? And they brought in some people that want to, I guess, maybe do business with Robin, involving the hedge fund, maybe invest into the company. I'm not for sure, but they're going into business together by way Gary in his hedge fund. All right. So Andy is waiting until Robin gets out of his meeting because she has to ask him about Sabrina. So that's what he's doing. So meanwhile, back in the meeting with the hedge fund people, well, with Gary and Gary's clients, Hayden walks in, I guess at the end of the meeting, and hey, I'll walk y'all out. Gary, he kind of stays around to have this whole conversation with Robin. And I'm just like, what is this? A battle of the blue suits? I mean, who had Andy better? Weird. So Gary tells Robin to sit down in his own office. Robin like, I'm not sitting down. What's wrong with you? And then Gary is looking at him like, oh, so you want to show me how tall you are? What is this? So I know you're talking to Andy, right? And yes. And the whole time that Gary is trying to confront Robin, Robin is being very condescending. Like, okay, yeah, I did. And it's what it is. Yeah, I'm her boss. You can leave. You can get out. You know what I'm saying? And Gary is like, I'm in love with her. That's my woman. She ain't got no ring on her finger. Well, she's going to have a ring on her finger later. You know what I'm saying? You can leave. I'll go when I'm ready. It's just that whole back and forth. So pretty much Gary is trying to assert his territory when it comes to Robin. No, when it comes to Andy. And Robin is just like, I pretty much can do what I want because this is my company. And also, Gary, if you have we are not going to associate with each other involving this whole hedge fund arrangement. Everything is going to go through Hayden. Now that they're in business together, they're going to just, Hayden is going to be the middleman. All right. They agree. Andy leaves. So, not Andy, but Gary leaves. So now you have Danny. Danny is back over at the airport. She's calling Andy to see if Andy has any updates on Sabrina. No, Andy doesn't have any updates. She says she's been waiting for Robin to get out of his office. And then she finally says, oh, Robin is out of his office. I'm going to go and talk to him. She's like, okay. So back over at the airport, you have Q, and Q is trying to fill out some paperwork. I'm like, oh my God, everybody works at this airport at this point. So he's asking Danny, do you know what this is? Danny looks at the paper and was like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. Apparently it has something to do with CPR. Well, no, I don't know no CPR. She said, I know you don't. That's why I told you don't even worry about it. You ain't got to do that. And so she said the company will train you. And Q is trying to hit on Danny, but Danny is just like I smell scrub. Like, oh, so you calling me a scrub? She said, in my mind, I did. I called you one in my mind. And you a felon. They always hiring y'all felons. That means you did something bad, right? Why are you here? What were you in jail for? I see you got your ankle bracelet on. And Q is just like, well, it's not that big of a deal. And then Danny says, so you've been smoking weed? He's smelling his... I'm like, Q, if you ain't been smoking weed, why are you smelling yourself? And Danny is over him. Danny is like, you know what? Can you please get out of my space? Please get out of my space because I don't have time to be fooling with you. Can't you go over there. Go bother somebody else. Please, go. So she gets rid of Q. Back at the office, Gary just comes into... I'm like, don't nobody knock. No, nobody knocks when they go into a person's office. Gary comes in. Gary is all smiles. He is so happy because he feels like he put his foot down with Robin and he is in business. He is in business with Robin and he has an undercover scheme that he is about to uncover later in this episode. So Andy is looking at him like, you're mighty happy. What is going on with you? And mind you, now this just caught my eye. Did y'all notice that little lady in that red dress? She walked by that window at least 3 or 4 times. I said, there she go again. There she go again. Anyway, so, hey, Andy, how How are you? I would like to see you tonight. She's like, well, no, I won't be able to see you tonight. Oh, so are you going to see him? I mean, I may see him because I have something that's bigger than both of you, but I do need his assistance on it. Do you have a problem with that? No, 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 no. Well, can you just call me? Can you? Can you? And she's just like, well, yeah, I'll call you. I'll catch up with you later, but I do have something that I have to get with Robin about, and I need to handle this business. So Gary, I guess he got a little bit of what he can get out of Robin, and then that was it with that. So now, as Gary leaves the office, Fatima comes in, and Fatima is trying to figure out what's going on with Gary. She don't trust Gary. No, of course you don't trust Gary. Fatima don't trust nobody. And she's still saying that she needs to get in contact with Robin. Apparently, he's in a good mood. See, she only saw Gary. Gary was the one in a good mood. But when she go to see the Robin, that's a different type of mood. So they see him. He's coming out. She's got to go in and talk to him. So then she goes into Robin's office, all happy and smiling, like, hey, how are you? I didn't know that you were back in... I thought you were still in London. Am I supposed to call you and tell you every time that I'm here? I'm like, but that's what you were doing, Robin. Every time you were on that plane, you called her and let her know that you were on a plane. So, I mean, what? And here it goes. This is where Robin turns on his... I don't know what this was. I don't know if it was an upset mood or it was some type of, I'm asserting myself. I'm not fooling with you no more. I don't know, but he is really letting his presence be known that he is Andy's boss, and I don't know if I want to fool with you anymore as a lover. So he's pretty much putting his foot down when it comes to Andy, because I guess he doesn't feel... Yeah, that whole meeting rubbed him the wrong way with Gary. So I guess I can understand why, but he didn't have to treat her this bad. So anyway, he says, yeah, I thought you dealt with a higher caliber of men. And she's just like, what? What are you talking about? So you slept with the janitor in Paris. She was like, how in the world do you know that? And then he proceeds to say, if I knew you were that type of girl, I would have thought twice before I slept with you. She's just looking like, where is this coming from? Why are you going so hard at me? I thought that we were in a better place. Oh, before he even got all off into that, she brought up Sabrina. I need some help with a friend. Oh, you need more help? It's always a friend. It's always a friend that needs help. Every time you contacted me, it's about somebody that you need to get help with. Because at first, when she brought up Sabrina, he was like, yeah. She's like, oh, you going to help me? No, he ain't finna help you, girl. He just trying to brush you off and get you up out of his office. But yeah, that's when he goes into, yeah, it's always something. What type of friends do you have? Well, it was about a bank robbery. He laughs. Oh my God. This here? So what did she do? She had to have done something to have gotten arrested. Well, she didn't do anything. Okay. So no, I can't help you. No, I'm not going to help you. I can't. I won't. I could, but I won't. I should, but I won't. But yeah, anyway. So she's just like, what is going on? She cannot read him. And then that's when he brings up the janitor. She's like, how in the world do you know that? And then when the last time you got your STD checks? I'm like, so y'all not using condoms? What is going on here? So y'all just raw dogging. Okay. She was like, I get it twice a year. I don't know what that means. When is twice a year? About 3 months ago. Yeah, biannually. 3 months on my biannual. He's like, oh, okay. And then she said, so why you worried about me? What about you? I'm clean. I'm like, I don't know that. Can I see your test results? He said he get checked regularly. Child, he dogging her out. So she gets up. She stands up like, okay, well, I'm about to leave. And then as she's going to the door, he tells her, come back. Sit down. She like, what is this? And then she starts calling him sir. Yes, sir. That Duffy, what was it, Duffy? Whatever the man name was, that case was messy. She's like, okay, I'll do better next time. Yeah, you better do better. Whew. I said, girl, that's what you do when you get involved with your boss. I guess it ain't no, what is it, proquaqua, what they, whatever it's called. You do something for me, I do something for you. Child, it ain't that no more. Andy, what you gonna do? That's kind of sad. But he was being rude to her. I was just like, dang, that's kind of messed up. See, that's why you don't sleep with people in the workplace. You won't have these problems. Anyway, so she leave with her tail tucked between her legs. And while she over there sad, trying to figure out what then went wrong, her man, Gary, and the Nat, Hayden, are over there by the elevator, kicking. So the plan is for them to bankrupt Robin. That's the reason why Gary got some investors from his hedge fund to come over and do business with Robin so they can bankrupt him, pull him out of his business so he will no longer be the boss. I'm like, well, if he's not going to be the boss, who's going to take over? So I guess Hayden is going to take over the business, the law firm. Gary is going to take over the law firm. But anyway, yeah, that's what they're going to do. Yeah. And so the whole while they're talking about them bankrupting Robin and his business, then Hayden brings up the fact that he is the one that sent the email to Robin saying that Andy slept with Parrish, the janitor. Gary is like, why did you do that? You know she gonna think that I'm the one that said that because I'm the one that told you that. He like, oh man, for real? So you trying to get back with her? Yes, I'm trying to get back with her. That's yes. And then and Hayden is just like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that you were trying. Yes, that's the whole purpose. Well, can you do something for me? What do you want me to do for you, Hayden? Can you do that Zach situation? I'm done with that. I'm not messing with this Zach thing no more. Why do you have a hard on for Zach? What is it? He says, well, dang, I'm doing something for you. You know, because Gary said, I'm not going to mess up this brother. That's another brother. I'm not doing that. Hayden is, oh, so now you don't want to mess up another brother, but you weren't saying that we was trying to take down Andy and that whole situation. That's different. What's the difference? The difference is, Hayden, he had a whole relationship with Andy. You, as you begin to confess to Gary, you only had one date with Fatima, and it wasn't right. And Gary is looking at you like, you want me to destroy this man over one date that you said Fatima was bugging you to have a date with her. And when you finally gave in and had a date with Fatima, you liked it? And he's just looking at you like, really? So she was begging you for a date. Come on. He don't even believe that. The way you going after her like that don't even make sense. And he's just like, okay, whatever. You know, this is what this is about. He said he'll do something, but really, he ain't doing that. Now that he heard the story, he's like, I don't even want to fool with that. But they still doing Operation Takedown Robin. All right. So now back at Karen's house, she comes in with her letters and she's telling her mom, I have the letters ready. And her mom is saying, okay, so I know this is not going to be easy for you, but we're going to get through this together as long as I'm here. And she says, okay. And then her mom gives her this booklet and tells her to look through there. While she was a kid, she was beautiful then. She'll be, she's still beautiful now. And Karen is telling her mom, I know you were a single mother. I don't know if I'm ready to do this, if I'm able to do this. Mama, you were strong. I don't know if I have your strength. She's like, yeah, you will get through this. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. And then they bring up that Aaron is going to be there. Zach is going to be there. She doesn't know if Fatima is going to be there. They don't know that part. So they're just waiting for everything to happen over at Karen's place. So you get the knock at the door. Knock, 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 knock. Guess who's at the door? Okay, it's Aaron. I said, I knew Aaron was going to be there first. He told me, I know I got there a little early. We know you was going to be there 2 hours early. Any chance that you can get to come and have a sit down with Karen, you going to be there. So, I mean, surprisingly, Karen did roll her eyes, but she got up and she hugged him. And she's like, are you okay? Everything okay? You know, so the mama is looking at Aaron like, so I'm going to get me something to drink. Do you drink? He was like, no, 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 no. And she's like, but you can have sex, but you can't drink. Tell me how that works. Ain't that what preachers? I ain't no preachers supposed to do that. And he has no explanation. And she's just like, you know what? It is what it is. And then she tells Karen that she has good taste. You know, he's a nice looking fella, just gassing up Aaron's head. But apparently she says that Aaron is too young for her. He's 35. I thought I didn't get 35 from Aaron. I got at least 42. You know, yeah, I didn't get 35. At least 42, 40, 42. But anyway, she said, ain't no competition, child. Ain't no competition. I don't want your man. He too young for me. Whatever, whatever. So back at the office, Andy is there. And of course, Fatima comes in and she's telling Andy she's about to get ready to go. Do you need anything? But she could clearly see that Andy is upset. And she starts to cry about Sabrina first because she said, I can't get any help and Robin won't help me. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is going on and there is nothing that I can do about my friend. And then she brings up Robin too, because she's like, Robin totally was being disrespectful. And she was crying. She said, he really talked to me pretty much like I'm a dog on the street, asking me when the last time I got my test, saying that I slept with Paris. How did he even know that? And then she says, well, maybe Gary, you think Gary did it? And Fatima's like, how else would he know? Of course Gary told him that. And Andy is like, this doesn't make sense. I don't even understand why he's treating me like this. But yeah, you know. And then of course she can't get her friend out. She gets a phone call from Danny because Danny is still worried, saying, did you get any information? Is Robin going to be able to help you? So she's just like, no, Robin said he can't help. And Danny is like, okay, well, I can't just sit on my hands. I'm coming over to your house. She was like, well, no, I'm not coming over to your house. She said she was going to go over to, Fatima's house because Fatima did invite her over to, you know, just to see if her cousin would be able to help her get out of this situation. Because she said her cousin knows everybody. So Danny is like, okay, whatever. I'll talk to you later. I got to go find somebody that can take me to get something to drink because I'm not using my own money. So they get off the phone. And Andy is distraught. She was like, at first she couldn't find the phone, then she found it. That's when the phone call happened. So they get up, they go to Fatima's house because they're going to go meet her cousin that can help her get some information on Sabrina. All right. So back over at the airport, Danny then calls the guy. What's that guy? I don't know his name, but the airport guy that had the crazy wife. So I'm just like, is that all Danny do? Danny don't do nothing else? This is all Danny do? Danny just call guys and have drinks? The only thing I've been seeing Danny do this whole, as soon as this season 5 started, was call people on the phone and have men hit on her. I know she's worried about her friend Sabrina, but there isn't anything else that she does. She's always at the airport. She not doing nothing. I'm like, can we please character develop her? Do something. I mean, she just be with random men going out on with drinks. I mean, I don't know. And it's really, I'm kind of over it with this Danny having random boyfriends or random guys and hang out with them. And then the relationship goes nowhere. And Preston is constantly calling and that goes nowhere. Like, it's like Danny is on the road to nowhere, but she's still trying to help figure out what's going on with Sabrina, and that's going nowhere. So yeah, anyway. But the guy said he'll meet her, and I guess the guy has deep pockets and he understands. And it almost, I'm looking in the previews, it's almost like he gonna treat Danny like a prostitute. But anyway, so one thing I did like about this scene right here, when they were pulling up in them Royces and Porsche, I said, boy, they pulling up like they somebody, baby. I said, can I ride? Can I ride in the Rolls Royce? Please. And even the other girl, to me, she looks like Andy. Deja was looking like, who is this? This just looked like money. This looked like rich. Child. So they get out the car, Fatima and Danny, and they walk over to Deja. And side note, why is Deja always outside? What is she outside doing? She just outside? What is she doing outside in the middle of the night? Child, was she finna go somewhere? Anyway, so they walk up to her, and Deja reaches out her hand, I guess to shake Andy's hand. Andy really don't shake her hand. Andy just pretty much looking at her like, who is this girl and why she's here? Why is she here? And Fatima explains that's Zach Tennant. And Fatima also asks her, is her hand okay? Your wrist all right? Because she did slam it in that locker multiple times. And Deja's like, Chad, I need to press charges because you could have broke my wrist. Anyway, here's a statement of what happened. I need you to read it and fill it out. And that's what that is. And Andy is like, yes, I'm a lawyer. I'm her lawyer. So you need to read over them documents so we can get that situation rectified. So they walk on in the house, and Andy is saying that the house is beautiful. Zach comes down. That's what I'm saying. Zach wanted no hero to get. Zach said, I'm supposed to be there at 7:30. Not 6:30, not 5:45, not 7:25. I'm supposed to be there at 7:30. And I'm going to get there at 7:30. And the whole time, he's telling Fatima, he's just like, I love you. I love you. I'm coming back home to you. It ain't nothing. Because in the earlier in the episode, earlier in the episode, Fatima was feeling some type of way about Zach going over there. And Andy had reassured her that it's going to be okay. Miss Lisa is the one that set it up. Then she's good people. So she's going to make sure that everything goes well. And they kind of help Fatima, ease her mind with this whole situation. And that even though that Fatima was invited, it was not a good idea for her to go. So they all agreed on that. And so Zach, he leaves. Talking about he can't find his keys, but the keys is in his pocket, and he go ahead and leave. I thought they was gonna do something with Zach and Deja. That's the reason why she outside, because she waiting for Zach to, I guess, walk out the door. But they didn't do that. So anyway, while they're there, they are waiting on Fatima's friends to come over, or her cousin and her friend, and she asks Danny if Danny wants some wine. She asked Andy if Andy wants some wine. Andy said no at first. And then she starts to talk about Sabrina. Then she starts to talk about Robin. And Fatima is like, we're not going to talk about Robin. This situation is bigger than Robin. We are trying to figure out what we can do to get Sabrina out. That's what we're trying to do. This is going to be the main focus. Fatima said, now, my cousin know a lot of people. Now, she will be able to help you, but it's almost like a favor for a favor. Yeah. So, it ain't no money, because she got money. She don't need your money, Andy. She might need you to be a lawyer or something. Or she might need to use your house to beat somebody up in. I don't know. But it's a favor for a favor. Andy over there looking like, I ain't worried about it. I got it. So naive. Andy always be naive. Anyway, so she's like, okay. And then she picks up the phone, call her friend, and her friend says she's 5 minutes away. So back over at back over at Karen's house, Zach enters the room. He's at the door looking at Mama Lisa. She said, "You can give me a hug." Oh, okay, I can hug you. Okay, cool. Because I didn't know what we was doing. I didn't know if we was on good terms or bad terms. Lisa was like, "Girl, boy, come on in here." And one thing I can say about Zach, the two ways that, because I saw when Aaron entered into Karen's house, he entered into Karen's house as if he was kind of like submissive a bit to Karen and her situation. But when Zach entered into Karen's house, he kind of walked through there like he got BDE. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, okay. Zach walking in there like, what we about to do? Because I'm ready to get this done. I'm ready to get this over with. And I actually like how he walked in there. And I think Karen Slick, she liked how he walked in there too. But then she had to roll her eyes and just look the other way. And when he tried to speak to her, she didn't want to speak. I said, girl, you know you happy he in your house. You know you happy. It's okay, because I see you. And anyway, Mama like, hey, we out here. Is your girl coming? He said, no, she's not coming. Man, I I would have liked to meet her. If I was Karen, I would have threw a biscuit or something at my mama. Why in the world is you talking about you wish you want to meet this girl? I'm over here pregnant and I'm over here stressed out. And you talking about you want to meet the infamous Fatima. Child, if I had a biscuit, I would have threw it. Anyway, so Mama Lisa telling everybody, get comfortable, sit down. Matter of fact, come get something to eat. Zach talking about, I ain't hungry. Boy, if you don't get in here and get you something to eat, he talking about, yes, ma'am. I said, okay, Mama Lisa is everybody, mama, okay? So they gonna get this situation done. And I do hope they come to something. Not nothing. All right. So back over at Fatima's, Angela walks in. I said, okay. So Tyler Perry is integrating everybody. He done brought Andy into Zatima, and he done brought Angela into Sistas. He done brought, I'm gonna get there in a minute. So now Angela is like, hey girl, hey, y'all got the wine? Ooh, yeah, I'm finna get ready to get this. I'm glad y'all got it out. And then she said, yeah, Andy, this my first time meeting you. We work in the same office building. I work for Rosh and Coleman. And so, yeah. Are y'all hiring down there where y'all at? Cause child, I work with all these white folks and they make me itch. I said, girl, they make you itch? Anyway, so while she over there itching, they still waiting on the cousin to come in. All right. So then, here we go. Eva walks to the door. Eva didn't knock. Did y'all hear Eva knock? I didn't hear Eva knock. I didn't hear the phone ring. I didn't hear nothing. The only thing I heard was that door opening. I saw a black suit and I saw Eva teeth. And I said, the madam is in the building. All right. And she looks at Andy. Andy look at her. Andy don't know if Andy confused like, hey girl. Oh, okay. Her name is Marilyn. And they call me madam. I said, okay, Eva. Looking cute in your suit. All right. So apparently, hopefully, we got all the Queen's men on Sistas. We got Zatima on Sistas. We got Parrish coming back. I thought Parrish was gone. You know what? Out of all the men, Andy should have just probably stayed with Parrish. I know he ain't got no money and he a janitor, but he seemed like he would have treated her nice. And he wouldn't have been asking her when was her last STD results. And he wouldn't have been squeezing her until her ribs bruised. They could have probably built something together. Where is Maurice? Where is Maurice? Where is Sabrina? I mean, do y'all know what's going on with them? I mean, are they protesting What is going on? Are they on another show? Are they filming another movie? I did see a Lifetime movie though with Sabrina on it. It was a pretty good one too. She was on house arrest as well. But I'm like, where they at? It's 5 episodes. And I ain't seen Maurice now. Have y'all seen Maurice? And I saw Sabrina getting thrown back in the back of the jail. And I think that was actually something they probably had played on last season. They just replayed it pretty much. But anyway, this is Sheila Bila. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Please like, please like, because the more you like my channel, the more it goes up in the algorithm and the more people can see it and they can comment and they can subscribe to my channel. And I know I probably forgot a lot of stuff. It is cool. Charge to my head and my heart. Remember, Jesus loves you. And y'all have a great day. Bye.